War. War never changes.
Okay guys, welcome back to Fallout 4. A lot of bad news, but I managed to salvage it, so I'll explain it quickly. I haven't been playing Fallout 4 because I've been too busy with Bloodborne. Super addicted to Bloodborne again. It's kind of annoying. Shut up, dude, I'm trying to fucking talk, you bell end. And when I come back to Fallout to continue this recording, my save was corrupt. All of my saves were corrupt. I didn't do any of the things that apparently when you research online is how you corrupt a save in this game. I didn't do any of those things, it's just how it worked. And for a moment, a terrifying moment of about 2 hours, I was done. I was never going to play this game again. But I deleted the save file off my hard drive, and then I went onto live, booted the game again, and it asks you to sync to your cloud file. And funny story, right? There was a new update for this machine. Fuck off, dude! I'm gonna shoot your face, you fucking dickhead. Well, now everybody hates us. Let's just fucking let me talk. Jesus. Not in a good mood with that. But there was a new update that came out, and I didn't want it because it was a fucking gig, and a gig on my machine means I can't play it for 5 hours because it's a nightmare when you don't have good internet. And I've avoided taking the update for a couple days now, and I've been playing offline because it doesn't bother me, really. I don't do anything online on this game in particular, and as I mentioned, I've not even been playing this game because I've been too busy wanting to play on my PS4, which is a nice change. So the last time I synced to save was quite a while ago, before the most recent footage, but not so much so that I have to start from the beginning. So when I resynced it to the cloud, it took a bunch of saves from like a day ago, which is nowhere near as bad as it could have been. And all I did today is I beat a bunch of main missions to skip all the way back to where we were, and we're now back where we left off. The only difference being is there's about a day and a half worth of stuff that I've done in the game that is not going to be there. The good news is a lot of it is just miscellaneous shit. Like, I had nearly 40,000 caps at one point. You know, I was level 48, I'm now level 45, I think. And there's just probably a bunch of things on the map that's not been discovered that I'd spent time discovering. So in the grand scheme of things, we salvaged it really well. But that's enough of me talking. Let's get back into the game. Let's not piss our friends off at the Brotherhood. And let's hopefully loot some hospitals, because that's what I wanted to do today before this all got super fucked up. Okay, so we've just built this thing that I got cock-blocked from building on the last episode because of a piece of cloth, a fucking rug. And I managed to build it quite quickly this time because, of course, I understood what to do. This fits perfectly now. But you'll remember when we were... Am I addicted to something on this character? That looks like I am. How do I check that now? I forget. Show effects. I am addicted to Psycho, and it lowers my strength. I should probably get rid of that. So I can use Addictol. Have I got any of the like refreshing beveragey stuff that does it as well? No, so we'll use Addictol. Could pay a doctor, but I don't see a doctor, so this is the next best thing. If you remember on the map, it populated a bunch of hospitals to try and get parts from. Interesting, yeah. Wow. Wow, I've lost a lot of places. I bet down here's... No, down here's not too bad. Could have been worse. Clover's not there. Yeah, it hasn't populated the hospitals this time. I must have picked a different choice during the dialogues. There's one there that's definitely showing up, which we could have a look into. Milton General Hospital. Should we check that one out? Let's go there. Did I just put a waypoint? Oh, I've not discovered it. That makes sense. Just press trigger to zoom in. Right. So let's go from West Roxburgh Station. Another thing, guys, I'm incredibly chesty recently. I'm using slightly different medication than what I'm used to, and it used to give me like 48-hour cover, so I didn't have to worry too much about being chesty. But I've got a really niggly tickly cough because I'm kind of under the weather, and I'm using this inhaler like fucking like 7 times a day. It's not good. I need to go to my asthma nurse and get another prescription because this shit just ain't cutting it after the stuff I've been on. And it's hilarious because this is how powerful like corticosteroids are, guys. They give you... Whoa, fuck. They give you no time to explain this story. Oh, I'm gonna die. I need to use jet. And I need to run away. How can it do that? It just populates me with 2 suiciders, dude. What's the one that slows it for 22 seconds? Is it buff jet? There we go. No, that says 15 as well. Which one am I thinking of? No idea. So we're going to use some jet, and then we're going to sprint. Because we need to get the fuck away from him. Codsworth doesn't like running away. Are you drunk, dude? This shit's dangerous. And then we go, and we shoot his right arm. Like this. And then we say goodnight, sweet prince. Anyone else survive that? No. There you go. Epic strats. Being irradiated. I'm being shot with lasers. That's a grenade. Okay, sir. So you're pretty tough. Go on, Danger, fuck off. Get to caution. I heard him. I can hear a beeping guy. Right arm. See ya. Oh, I'm also wearing a hazmat suit, which is not giving me any defense. I have no idea if I'm wearing the right stuff on this new file. Banana. Wedding ring. I think that should be okay. Caution. Interesting, bats will not find anybody. Okay. There we go. So we're doing a little bit more damage on this dude now that we... 0 chance. That's a 2% chance you're lying, game. Where the fuck did he go? There he is. Now we do no damage because he knows we're here. And that's a grenade as well. Do not have my sniper rifle, which is unfortunate. I think these guys are tougher than the standard super mutants because they seem to take no damage unless I hit them without them knowing I'm here. So, for instance, this is a great opportunity to test that theory. So, we don't have the, was it 5.3 times multiplayer that we had in the last video, but we'll get back there, guys. It's not... I don't have any grenades. Cool. Let's hopefully get some crates. I've missed this controller so much. Like, people accuse me of being a fanboy for Microsoft and Xbox Ones and things, and it's completely and utterly stupid. But it has to be said, I just prefer this controller to the PlayStation 4 controller. And I don't think it's a better controller at all. Because I think if I'd have played with the PlayStation 4 controller as much as I've played with this one, then I would probably like it better, because I think it's a perfectly decent controller at what it does. The triggers don't piss me off as much as they used to. I love the middle touchpaddy thing. I think everything about that controller is great, but because I'm not used to it, the way you have to hold your hands, it feels awkward to me, especially on my left hand. I'm not used to essentially putting it where the D-pad is on this controller the whole time. So I struggle when I have these long sessions. Like, I've been playing Bloodborne every day for the last week. And I'm talking, I've had nothing but videos rendering and uploading. So I've been just playing it all day. Thank you, Codsworth. Now you're dead. You achieved nothing. And just by sheer doing that, my left hand hurts. And, you know, it's not the same kind of hurt it would do if I was, you know, digging a hole for 7 hours a day. But it's still noticeable, and it's something that I don't ever feel because I'm used to holding my hands a certain way when I play because I'm so used to this controller. So it's almost like this massive bitch moment for me where I'm like, wow, my hands are hurting, and they never hurt from playing games because I've done it for so long that I'm just like, my hands hurt if I don't play games kind of thing. It's that weird thing. And now that I'm back on this, my hand feels fine. But when I play Bloodborne for longer periods, it fucks me up. It's similar to using the claw. If anybody uses the claw controls, I don't think it's a very comfortable way of controlling for long periods of time, unless you've done it for years. And I really haven't, and I don't do it on a lot of games. I only really do it on the Souls games, because, you know, you need to hold sprint, and sometimes you want to turn the camera, so I claw it, like... and I've been doing that a lot over this last week, because I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne, and my finger, when I do that, Jesus Christ, is he all bitch mode. It's like, what are you doing to me, Chris? We can't be doing this too much longer. You know, I feel like when I was first using the fight stick and my hands were just like, whoa, dude, you have not done this exercise for a long time. Stop doing this. Like moving your hands is exercise, but you know what I mean. Jesus Christ, hardest lock on the planet. There we go.
Nice.
It is funny though, how that works. I also spilt some coffee on my PlayStation controller. For once it wasn't my fault. Normally I'm a goddamn idiot and I do it and it's 100% me. But this was something moving on a shelf that pushed my TV. And my TV just like budged it and it kind of like spilled over the side and dropped down onto the controller. It was almost like Mousetrap. It was ridiculous how well it worked. And the start button and the square button were both sticking a little bit. So I took it upon myself to press them all the time when I wasn't doing anything. Like during loading screens, I'd just be like pressing them as much as I could to try and, you know, work away whatever it was that was sticking it, that was making it so adhesive. And the square, thank goodness, is gone back to normal. The start is getting there, but it's just that thing of... It's the silliest thing, isn't it? You don't really expect it to have much of an effect, and it really can, because I had the same thing happen to my PlayStation 3 controller, and I opened that bad boy up, and I ended up making a mess of it. So one of the wires broke that was connecting the rumble motor, and I didn't have a soldering kit, because I don't, you know, carry those around in my back pocket. And I ended up having to pull both the motors out because it was imbalanced if I didn't. And it wasn't intentional, it's just how it worked. Interesting, we've got robots in here. That sounds like a fantastic nurse under other circumstances, but not today. But you might think, well, a sticky button's probably not the worst thing in the world. I was playing God Hand at the time, and Square does everything in that game, so it was really, really frustrating me. So I opened it up, and I managed to clean it. I cleaned that kind of flippy-floppy paddy thing that's inside the controller, and it worked fine once I finally got it back together, but it must have took me an hour to get the bugger back together, because it would not fit the way it was supposed to fit. I was very scared for a large amount of time, but... I think that's what I'm going to do with my dead Xbox One controllers and like my dead 360 controllers. I'm going to open them up and look inside and just try and understand what they look like. Because it's really empowering feeling like you can open a controller up and potentially fix something that's not working. And I recommend doing it for everything. Like I've got a couple of 360s that have broken. They got red lights. I spilled water on one of them when I got pissed one night. I'd only had it like 2 weeks as well. Ridiculous. It doesn't work. It might work now that it's dried out after 10 years, but I'm definitely... I think I'm just going to open that bad boy up, see what's inside, see what it looks like, see if I can figure it out, and just have a greater understanding. Hang on a second, that guy's not bad. So why was the nurse not good? Yeah, why are you not good and he's good? Am I naked? I'm not wearing my Minuteman outfit. Ugh. Shame on me. So, it would appear that this is a hospital run entirely by robots. Stranger things have happened, I guess. Now this guy is saying he's bad. Ooh. So where do we hurt this guy the most? Do you think it's his combat inhibitor? Because his head is apparently very armoured. So let's shoot him for his arms. There we go. Whoa! Bro, you hurt so much. Shoot, dickhead. Come on. So he's gonna punch you. Shoot him. And again. Well, that really hurt. Okay. Let's take some Deathclaw Steak. Gives us some HP, and it makes us a little quicker for a slight duration. But you might be wondering how I feel about the game, having taken some time away from it to come back to it. It's definitely given me a unique perspective, because it's enabled me to appraise things in a different light. And I've realised a few things that don't take anything away from the game, but they definitely make me think about it differently. Have you noticed how that this game is way more of a first-person shooter than the Fallouts have ever really been? Like, you always had guns and things, and you always were shooting, but now that the guns seem to work a hell of a lot better, it feels like you can play this without the RPG aspects at all. Like, I imagine people will play this one without even using VATS, should they choose to, because I think you can, and that was never really something that was all that viable in Fallout 3 and New Vegas for me. I might be a filthy casual and not know how the games work, but I never felt that the guns were ever one-to-one. And in this game, I still think that the guns are dictated by a lot of RNG, but they perform so much better than I ever remember them being. There's also a massive oversimplification of a lot of things, which I find really strange. Like, they've streamlined a lot of elements and taken a lot of things away. Of course, you can't do the karma stuff anymore, they've got rid of that. They seem to have simplified the dialogue options a lot, which is hit and miss for me personally. But the buddy commands, repairing the weapons, a lot of the areas of expertise that you needed have now shifted towards the loot and the settlement. So the base game feels to me like it's a little simpler, but there's also a lot of complexity should you look for it. And I think if you haven't realised that the crafting is as in-depth as it is, and the settlements is as ridiculously detailed as it is, you could probably look at this game as being a really casual, simplified version of Fallout 3. Same with the music. The music is, a lot of it's taken from Fallout 3, except for the new ambient stuff. There's just a lot of features that I think, if you really, really like Fallout, it could either rub you the right way or rub you the wrong way. And for me, I've been having a really fun time because I like first-person shooters. I've never really played this game from the perspective of the RPG player. You know, the guy who likes to go crazy with builds and never fire his gun and stuff. Whereas on this, I just don't know if that's going to be the same kind of thing. Like, I think the dialogue is the one that affects me the most personally, because I hate picking a dialogue option and then the game says something completely different that I didn't want to say, because I feel like it's dishonest in its delivery.
Sir, do proceed carefully here. I find this place unsettling.
It finds this place unsettling. Okay, buddy. But I've seen a lot of people being incredibly negative towards this game. Like, people are calling it broken, people are calling it, you know, not as good as what they thought it was going to be. Just a lot of negativity towards it, and I'm really surprised personally, just because of how much fun I've had. And even if you think that the game runs like shit, which it does, you know, in fairness, I'm happy it runs, but it does run like shit. And I'm someone who's suffered now a game crippling bug, which essentially destroyed my save file, which makes me kind of annoyed. But even then, it doesn't sour the fact that I've had so much fun with this game. And I don't know if it's because I'm not a massive Fallout player. I'm not the person who's played Fallout 3 since it came out and is still playing it. I've played that game twice, and I really, really enjoyed those two playthroughs. I played them for a very long time, but I'm of that kind of mindset with these games where I do everything I can in it in the run, and I can't really imagine playing it again quickly because of how much I did, and just the memory of everything being so fresh. It's like when you read a good book, you don't immediately want to go back and read the book sometimes because you want to gestate on it and you want to kind of forget those moments that resonated so much. There are certain times when maybe you want to read it back through because you want to see if you can find, you know, the things that you missed or the twists, and see if you can see all the allusions to it and maybe guess it before it happens. But that's kind of how I feel with these games, because they are such a commitment in a strange way. You know, you play them for a long time, you get invested in them, and it's quite intimidating, the notion, like, just today, when my fucking save died. That save, the time on that save file was 5 days and 16 hours. 5 days! And it was all gone. Just the thought of putting that much of your life into something, and then perhaps having to do it again, and not only having to do it again, but having to do it quickly to get back to where you were so that you can continue a playthrough. That feeling was soul destroying, because, like, I love this game, but I don't want to have to do that because of, you know, my commitments to YouTube. Similar to, you know, Arkham Knight. I really like Arkham Knight, and that's a game that people shit on. And they shit on it for reasons that aren't the horrendous PC release. They shit on it because there's too much Batmobile, and people have correlated that the Batmobile has somehow affected the other parts of the game, when the Batmobile is a very small part of that game. When it shows up, you either like it or you don't, but you do so many other things that are just the same kind of things you did in every other Batman. Yet it's fucking cool now to bang on Arkham Knight like it's this terrible game, when the gameplay in Arkham Knight is better than Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Like, straight up, mechanically, it's a better game. They've introduced more things, it's more interesting, there's more depth. Yeah, people are shitting on it because it's cool. But even that game, having to play that as much as I did, like, you don't want to have to do that. And you should never feel like you have to, but that's my situation more than anything, because I've chose to adhere to a standard. Is that all this was then? Just that treasure and then we go back down? I think it is. But, you know, I like to try and be as professional as I can with my projects. Like, I get a lot of people asking me, you know, are you going to finish this? Is this cancelled? Like, you will know if something is cancelled, guys. It's just certain times other games take priority, and it can be tough to get back to them, you know? Like, somebody said it's been 6 months since I put up a Bloodborne no healing walkthrough video. Is it cancelled? Like, 6 months? Can you count? What the fuck? The last one went up before November. Like, it was the end of September, the last one I put up. That's not 6 months. If it was 6 months, then I would have issue. But that's just hyperbole, dude. And I appreciate that you like it, but come on now. It's not been that long. I know, because I made those videos. It's not me. Like, 6 months ago, I'd not even recorded the end of that damn thing. I forgot how much this game loads. It's so brutal. Super brutal. Right, so shall we go and do this main mission? I mean, the only stuff we've got... What's this? Toys. It's all miscellaneous nonsense, isn't it? These are those repeating quests that do nothing. So let's... Oh, that's a different mission. Let's use the signal interceptor. Let's see what the Institute is all about. Before we do that, we're going to take a different buddy, because I'm getting kind of sick of Codsworth. We've had fun with him. We'll give him a good stint. Let's bring in Preston, tag in Preston. We've barely used him. It's probably boring, but we'll see. I don't know what Preston uses weapon-wise. Do you think he's a laser musket kind of guy? That's the wrong button. Right. 220. So we've got a lot of shit that needs to go away. I've also got a lot of shit that I need to sell. Have I got any... Oh, Carla. I'm so happy. Look at that. I don't... It's...
Here in Sanctuary, prepared for the future.
Carla.
You'll also notice that I no longer have the
Pretty long
the power armor cabin that I had all
Let's
my
see what you
units
have.
in.
I got a little bit of everything.
I can also remake that. But it does suck not to have things. Okay. I'm not changing my outfits, guys. I don't want to waste your time. Although I don't think it's a waste of time, I just, you know, I'd rather we get on with what we're doing. Whatever that is. That. Oh no. Why does it do that, dude? It goes the... Ah. These menus are so drunk. It goes down, 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 up. Like, what the fuck? So you sell the wrong shit. So dumb. What would I do without my skull thing, you know? Skull bandanas are what make the man. Can we put those on too? Ah, we can. We've got everything on, dude. Glasses, crappy helmet. So, where is Preston? Also, I want to get rid of that radiation. Let's use some of the hound meat. And then we'll rest. And then we'll get Preston. And then we'll see what this institute's all about. I hate resting in Sanctuary. It takes way too long, dude. Is it really so fucking difficult? Like, what is it doing? Why doesn't it just freeze the state of the game and jump it? There we go. This game dies as I try and move. Right. Preston.
So no wide choice. Usually a mental's feel myself. Makes me feel like
There's Nick. I like Nick.
prepared for the future.
Normally Preston's kind of walking up and down this area. But I don't see him. Isn't it funny that I don't think Sanctuary ever gets attacked. He got attacked once at the beginning of the game, but now it never does. That draw distance on what I've built is terrible.
You just say the word. Take a look.
Who's this? That's just a settler. It's a Brahmin. This is another thing that I think this game really falls down on. The companions are so frustrating. Where's the option to command them to come to you and have them there?
I hope you can help.
Is that him? No, that's Nick. I'm gonna take Nick if I can't find this idiot. There's McCready.
Farm's not much.
Yep, everyone's got the same voice, just how we like it. Yeah, fuck him, let's take Valentine.
Nick.
Valentine's a
hit the
synth.
road?
This is the land of synths.
Let's head
Yeah,
out.
let's do it.
All right.
Send Codsworth to... Oh, he can't come here. That sucks. Go to the Red Rocket. Okay, Valentine. Have you got a weapon that I gave you? Overseer's Guardian, which shoots 45 rounds. So let's give him our 45 rounds, shall we? He doesn't need all of them, but he needs a good chunk.
Something you need?
There you go, buddy. There is indeed, my friend. We're going to be going to the heart of the conspiracy. To the Institute.